We're at the English show.
Yes. Ooh, music. I heard music there for a second.
Yeah.
Yes, I was at an English showing.
Allegedly. Oh, right. We have reserved for Alan Alda again. Maybe we should change that.
Yeah.
Reserved for Froggy.
So.
There we go.
Froggy, 18 months? That's 2 babies.
Holy moly.
What? 18 months?
Congratulations.
Incredible. Thank you.
Woo!
Well, I guess we better put on a good
Can you
show.
afford to support us that long?
Oh. Happy pre-Halloween then.
Well, we don't celebrate Halloween over here.
Actually, my hair's growing back. It's I haven't lost any.
If you want to go, I'll go grow some hair.
It's.
I'm just gonna.
I think he meant the other way around.
I'm just gonna wrap it into y'all's faces over here.
Oh, now I gotta compete. I'll be right back.
Oh, our names are wrong? Oh.
Ah, yes, they are. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I did not notice that one.
Ah. Okay. Oh, God.
Let's do a bit of chicory pokery with this. Woo! Yeah, not the GM.
Howdy.
I'm the GM now.
No, you're not.
Okay, now I'm Darian.
Very
now I'm
sexy.
Roscoe again.
Hey. Okay, I'm Galen now.
Shenanigans.
GM again. This is harder than I expected.
I'm Darian again.
You could have just moved the
okay.
tags.
No, now Roscoe.
There we go.
No. Oh my God.
I'm having fun with it. Sue me.
Oh, and Froggy, this is my Halloween shirt. You'll notice it's orange like a pumpkin, and it's scary. Rawr.
Yeah. Welcome back to the world of the living. It's been a long ass while, and immediately we know that next week there is not going to be any role playing to be had on this channel, but we might have something next week if people not John are gonna join us. If you guys want to see us play a video game or something, that would be nice change of pace. And
oh yeah, that I finally remembered how to correctly towards the end how to aim at you guys.
You want to try it again
planet
next week?
thing with the asteroids. That'll be a TBD. I mean, I'm leaning towards that.
This is when it turns out that Carlos has actually been hustling us. He's saying, "Yeah, I've not been playing it, guys," and he's just been secretly...
He's been playing it for like 300 hours.
We got check him on Steam, and there's like 5,221 hours played since last time we saw it. he got like... 2 trick shots around the sun and 3 planets, and he does still.
There's complaints from he was saying, "I bet my house that I could beat him. I'm now homeless."
Oh boy! All right, no.
I've got 29 hours.
Oh, right. I do seem to have forgotten something. Whoopsie. Look on the Roll20.
That could be useful.
Yeah, that could be useful, especially since I assume we're going to be having a fight on our hands.
Yeah, you might for some reason.
At the very least, we might roll a die or two.
Yeah.
Or we might just die. Yeah.
That's also an option. There we go.
So, just before
my phone?
We start into the last, what should be the last stream of this season, potential Burnlands or series there. Depends on what happens to these folks. Can we have just make sure we have a mic check to see how everyone's sound is coming through?
My name is not Mike.
Howdy.
Whoa, that was
Howdy.
Okay.
Nope, wrong one.
A quick check.
Roscoe
there
de la
are no
Espanola.
mics in this chat. Not a zero.
No
not a
mics.
single mic in this
No
chat.
mics.
Yeah. I mean, you can check it. I am not wired.
I did not realize this was a striptease show, but okay.
How we sounding there, Froggy? You're a man. Oh yeah, it's because I'm closer to the mic. Yeah, here I can do that.
Yeah. It's Froggy is our frog, not a man. Excuse me.
You're a frog. You're a frog on the other side.
We
Better.
got
Okay.
frogs
Cool.
on the other side.
I thought he was a
No, you're a
rabbit.
froggy. Technically, you're a frog scanner.
Yes, you scan frogs.
I'm assuming the scanner part is more along the lines of occupation. So either it is someone who scans for frogs, or is a frog that scans.
Or something.
We should dive into this. This is some good pregame banter. Let's dive into this.
Yeah, that's more disconcerting. I think it's a frog that scans. What would a frog be scanning for?
Maybe it's like the movie Scanners, where this froggy can like make other frog brains explode. But only frog brains? I don't think frog can make human brain explode. It's too small. But this is a special froggy.
Are you referring to your brain that's too small?
Oh no! I meant the frog.
Oh.
I meant frogs in general, but frog scanner is different.
Yeah.
Special.
Are you greater than Hypnotoad?
All right,
Obviously. Greater than Hypnotoad.
I don't know. Are you greater than Hypnotoad? We haven't seen you, so you might or might not be.
Hypnotoad does not have any months sub to the channel. You have 18. You are far greater than Hypnotoad.
Hypnotoad is God. No one is greater than Hypnotoad.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. What were we talking about?
We're acclimating to being online before Halloween. Every one of us is more or less inclined for that holiday, except me.
They did the mash. They did the monster mash.
Again, they keep referencing this song, but I don't think anybody's actually ever heard the song.
What, the monster mash? I've heard it.
Yeah, they
hundreds
keep
of
talking
times.
about it.
In what?
There's a whole song about the song, the Monster Mash, but they're just talking about the song. I don't think they've ever even heard it. Anyways.
It was a graveyard smash.
I mean, isn't that a lot of people, when they comment things they don't understand or know about?
Oh, yes. And recently I saw like a performance of the guy doing it, like live on one of those TV shows. And he does all these like weird, it was the Monster Mash. And it's really, he's trying to look like Bela Lugosi's Frankenstein in doing so. Anyways, it's kind of an interesting performance of that song, Monster Mash. It's on YouTube somewhere. I don't know what it's called.
By the way, John, you might want to tilt your camera up a little bit. Your top of your head is chopped off on the stream. There you go. Now we can get the full glare effect.
A full defocusing.
Oh, and it's doing that zoom thing again, not on your face.
Might just be better for me to turn off the green screen. But
No, I don't think that's the green screen effect that's doing it. Just
No,
your-
because the green screen effect is post camera pickup, not pre camera pickup.
Yeah, John's not home today, Froggy.
Oh, that's the reason. You know what? Ignore us. It's the toy using a different setup.
Mm-hmm. So it's not my actual, it's a virtual green screen in place. I'm wondering if that could be.
Yeah, well,
Your picture on Zoom doesn't look identical to the picture on Burnlands.
That's because on the Burnlands thingy, it's compressed anyway. So we are gonna see very unfocused John, but it looks much sharper for the people who are watching the stream because it's a
Okay,
smaller picture.
It was the other way around.
Anyways, John, I don't think I don't think
Yeah.
it helped it, but it's
Oh, now it's much better. The camera refocused on you.
I think all you had to do was move because it was after it. Anywho, once we get that rolling, we'll finish. We'll keep going. John Sullux.
Okay.
Well, we might as well get on with the game.
No.
Oops.
Yes.
Sorry.
Now he's
Wrong
gone.
button.
Wrong button.
Hey.
We're getting there, folks.
Okay, we
Eventually.
can't have at least
So-
15 minutes of technical difficulty.
That's like guaranteed.
Oh,
but-
this is the funnest part. Watching us struggle with tech. I mean, I'm in the tech business and I sell this service.
Yeah, I'm in the tech business too, and see what
I'm
happens.
retired.
But you were in the tech business
Okay.
before.
Legitimately, I sell this service, but I don't really sell a lot of it. It's just like
It's a part of your
it's
job.
there.
Okay.
It's one of many things we sell.
So, welcome to, as I said, what should be the last episode of the Burnlands saga so far, titled The Corruption Within. We found our party of Darian Theron, Galen, and Roscoe della Hispaniola. Sorry,
Hispaniola.
thank you.
Hispagnola.
I was just hoping that you would muck it up and, in friendship with myself. But if you're going to say it correctly, fair enough.
Hispaniola. For comedic effect.
How over the top can I do this now?
Anyways.
Found themselves in the tomb where the final shard of the Eye of Underland had been stored by the Templars of the Roman Republic. Hot on their heels are members of the cult of the Blackened Claw. First to engage them was Darian's old friend Thormas. And a small battle ensued where Darian and Thormas had traded blows. Thormas had taken more of the blows than Darian there, but before Darian could finish the fight, there was an interruption as a new individual arrived, the leader of the cult called the Herald.
His name was Herald.
The Herald was his position.
The Herald.
Herald be thy name.
And that's where we paused.
Yeah.
Mid-battle. Refresh my memory. I think we dispatched the 3 other guys, and Darian was fighting the Count or the Duke.
No.
He was fighting Thormas.
Thormas, right?
Yeah.
Is he still conscious, alive, or
Oh, he's still standing.
okay?
Well,
He's doing
limping.
He's doing basically the Black Knight routine from the Holy Grail. It's just a flesh wound
Yeah.
at the moment.
That's what I was trying to remember exactly. What our current threat level was like. Okay, so there's Thormas, there's the Herald, which fuck us, and then was there any remaining of the
One batch of just one of the Templars was left, according to my notes. All the others are dead.
That's what I thought too. I thought there was one more. Okay.
Yeah, there's just one lone Templar 8 of his companions lie dead on the floor.
Thanks for
Sorry, that's
reminding
my-
me to turn this off.
I don't know where mine is at.
It's just making noise somewhere.
It is, and I apologize about that. Let me try doing a beep. Oh, that one.
Just put your number up on the screen and we'll phone it.
How embarrassing.
Do you want me to
Right,
call
folks.
it?
Yeah,
No.
right, folks. This is our. If you didn't know, this is going to be our kind of Truman Show-esque advertisement spot where we just introduce a phone finding service.
All right, screw it. Let's ignore it. Apologies.
I found it.
Continue.
Now we're on to Galen's own house, where he's going to be selling off all his gear that has been obtained by the other guy, of course. Okay. JM will stop joking and bantering and let's get
Ha.
serious.
Yeah, Chance did it.
Mhm.
Oh, wrong world, sorry.
Okay.
Problem solved.
So, as I said, in comes through the doorway, the original entrance to the crypt or the tomb is this over 6 foot tall individual in blackened armor. And he just slowly strides in. As he's doing so, I remember, but did I describe him having a sword or was that a big axe I gave him? If it changes, this is continuity error. It was always meant to be this. There, he's carrying, the Herald's carrying a massive, no, he's carrying a massive great sword. But unlike other people who would be needing to wield this thing with 2 hands, he just carries it over the shoulder, one-handed.
So he can slice his own head off. Hey, that's good.
The face you don't see because it's covered in a great helm there, but through the kind of slit, you just see a slight red glow coming from the slits, the visor of the helm. And just Roscoe, you get a feeling of a tug towards him.
He's got the other shard. He's got the other shard.
Yeah.
Galen, just out of curiosity, have you palmed the other shard or?
I thought it was in the chest.
Yeah, it's still in the chest. That's what I was just
Yeah.
reminding myself. Right,
Yes.
that's fine.
Is the chest trying to go towards? He grows a couple of legs and starts walking.
Not yet. Maybe I'd give that a fate point just to make it happen. That's a good idea. But there's but also Roscoe, there is a duller pool, off to your right, where the hall, the kind of side section of the cavern where Galen was fighting there. And you can, if you have a kind of glance, you can see
Yeah.
that there is, behind them, just off this actual doorway in the middle of this, the wall at the end is a chest that's kind of fallen onto its side, and it's got bolts sticking out of it. There.
Intuition tells me there,
Mhm.
and I look back at the Herald. I think all three of us were near each other, or
I would say Darian's ahead of you, Roscoe and Galen there. But it's, for Galen and Roscoe to get into this, it's just a basic move. You're not having to roll for it.
I'm just wanting to exposition. It's basically. Sure, do this. Sorry, I'm on the spot. That guy is really big. Whatever it is, he has the other piece of the shard. That's it.
I can feel it in my chest. I think you're right. Or I couldn't resist my chest. Get it?
Yes. Still, if we were to draw, Herald is on the far side.
Yeah.
We're in between are we still in between the Herald and the chest? The other shard?
Right. The way I would describe it, if the Herald's like,
But have a triangle pointing at the Herald, and Darian's at the top of the triangle. You're on the bottom left, and I'm on the bottom right. And I'm with the chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the top of the triangle is where Flormas and Darian is, then the Herald is actually a point above that point there.
Got it.
That, Galen has, that's the best way to describe that.
Perfect geometry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I want to open this chest. I may regret it.
You want to open the chest.
Well, is the dog telling me to open the chest?
The dog's not here. You can't blame the dog. You have to make the choice yourself. Make a choice.
Ooh, there's the voice.
Voice.
I'm gonna.
How about I say,
Unless
Galen, I'll take care of the big guy. You secure the other thing.
I was just wondering if Darian looked like he needed help against what was left of Thormas, or whether I have the time to open the chest.
Darian at the moment is kind of limping quite badly.
Darian's
sorry, not Darian. Thormas, yeah, sorry.
I was also a bit baffled by this choice of words.
Damn it, my attempt to switch the damage results did not work. They're on to me, folks. Thormas is taking quite a bit of a beating there.
So Darian doesn't look like he's in too much danger at the moment.
But I don't think so.
All right, it's chest time then.
Yeah. Based on Darian, what have you even took any stress, let alone a consequence of any kind?
Nada.
Oh,
right.
It's a new session, but we're not getting our fate points back, right?
Correct.
Nope. And your stress isn't your stress hasn't reset.
If I had any, I'd worry. Yeah. Okay.
Aaron has fucked him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, I kind of helped.
Yeah.
He fell down real good.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going for the chest. Okay. What's Roscoe? I'm assuming Roscoe, you're moving to intercept the Herald then, or are you going to help Darian? What's your intention?
There's still one dude there.
Yeah, there is still one dude that's just
Decided to run away. No.
no. Can't remember. Except I'm just trying to remember. No, it was the group that had.
There was a triple group that I jumped into.
Yeah, this is
And
the
I s-
last. Yeah, so no, you still got him to deal with. Sorry, you're right. I think you still have him to deal with. Darren, of course, I'm assuming is taking on Thormas. Is that correct?
I am still engaged with him.
Okay.
When's the wedding?
Yeah.
It is to be decided.
Okay.
There's a few hurdles to be resolved.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's? How is it when they say who's going to be wearing the dress? I'm joking.
Might have to make a cut for the sword play in it.
Yeah. Okay. Joking aside. So I interrupted by the Herald coming in.
And I remember I used one ultimate power.
Okay. Right.
This is
So-
the ultimate power.
I just can't figure out where, because this is my last chance to ever use it, where I'm going to pretend there's a really big freaking dragon.
Oh, if you're looking for the bonus for that, that's well going.
I never used it.
I did say though, in the next set, if you use it either in that session or the next session, you would get it.
Oh, I don't remember that. Okay.
There was a time limit on it.
Yeah.
Don't remember that. Okay.
Well,
Selective amnesia much?
No,
oh no,
he
just
doesn't.
it's
He
just
just doesn't
early on
remember.
stage dementia.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the heat of the moment, we capture like 70% of what's said.
Yeah.
And that extra 20, 35,
The key part,
25, 30%.
the key
is
part that you actually need to know for your plans to work that you just haven't picked up on there. Yeah. It's quite
That
funny
happens.
how that works. Yeah. Okay. The way I'm thinking, Healing, we'll focus on you first. There. So you're coming towards the chest. Here.
I'm at the chest.
Mm.
I pushed it out here.
But you had dealt with the Templars.
Yes.
So you were away from the chest, so you went back to
Okay.
them. Okay. So what's your intention? Is it just to keep moving it, or is it to open it?
It's to open it.
Okay. So at the moment the chest is kind of caught. Just when you shoved it, you kind of caught the lip of that doorway, so it did kind of tip a wee bit. So it's actually on its side, on the front. Okay. So you will have to, push or pull it upright there
Okay.
first.
Oh.
So
I don't know how heavy it is.
that's going to be a physical roll of, I'd say 2 to do that.
Physique.
Physical roll.
3.
Takes you a moment. You feel it's about to actually slip as you're doing that, but you then catch yourself and you then just throw it, and it, with a thud, it lands flat on its bottom. When you look at it, you actually, compared to what you had when you're in the previous room where you're more concerned about the potential for traps and all that,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a better look at the actual mechanism. There's no padlock on it. There is a keyhole there,
Mm-hmm.
a very fine keyhole in the front of the actual chest.
Can I do a lore check on it to see if I can figure out if there's some other way of opening it besides the key?
Yeah, give me a lore check of 4.
Oh, that's not likely. Okay. I guess not.
That's a fair attempt, though.
Yes, it was a fair attempt, except it was -1, and I'm not using my last fate point. I have the perfect aspect for it, but I'm not using my last fate point.
Okay.
I guess I'll just have to burgle it, which is even worse, but I don't think my burglary is very good. No, it's not.
Can you give fate points to others?
No.
Okay.
You can give them.
Yes.
You can give them like an
A
advantage.
complication in exchange for a fate point.
Well, you can accept. You can create you can use an aspect of yours, right, to create a trouble for yourself, and it doesn't even have to be your trouble. You could use any if your aspect would be applicable. If it's going to cause issues, you can say, "Look, I'm going to use this aspect. It's going to cause me this difficulty in this." Because you're actually giving yourself trouble, I'm happy to give you a fate point for free for it.
That's one way, but that doesn't give. That's still not somebody else giving me a fate point.
Yeah. It's
No,
you giving yourself a fate point for having difficulties.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, for example, if I do something like the marbles gave you an advantage, it's effectively the same net result as giving you a fate point for the +2, right?
Yeah, that's for create advantage. But
Yeah.
if you actually do quite well in that, you can actually stack it. You can get multiple invokes on it, which you can then stack, which you wouldn't be able to do with a fate point on the aspect, because you then have to have multiple aspects to invoke to do that.
Yeah.
That's then multiple fate points. So this is why creating advantage.
Oh! Just a second.
Yeah.
I have a stunt that actually does give me +2 for this. Learn. Because I know my stuff, I get +2 when I use lore to overcome when I want to solve a conundrum. So that actually is a 4.
Yeah.
Don't even have to use a fate point for that.
No.
There you go.
I was thinking, surely there was something that Galen had.
I didn't use that very often before.
Yeah.
That's why I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
So, of course, this is where you tell me, nope, there's no other way to open it anyway.
When you kind of cast your mind back, and there's like one way everyone talks about, is the key, but there is also talk that some of these chests by the Templars, just in case there was ever an issue where a key was lost, there was words of power that could be spoken to open key supplies.
Open sesame.
Basically, but when you try those words, they do not work.
Yeah.
Comes up, man, not recognized. If you say that.
Oh my god, it's a talking chest now.
No, it'll flash red.
No, it comes up with a red cross. Like,
It
is
didn't
it
say
family-
the magic word. It didn't say the magic
Abracadabra.
word.
All right.
It's called Family Fortunes in the UK. Is it Family Feud it's called in America?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
The one where you get the big red
X's,
cross.
yes.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Okay, so did the words come to mind, or is it just the fact that these words existed?
You know that the words do exist. The other thing that would come to mind is potentially high-ranking Templars would potentially be entrusted with such words, or even maybe the general words that might work.
I'm guessing Darian isn't high ranking enough.
They're not sure.
Oh,
You'd have
okay.
you potentially would have to ask him.
Well, he's a little busy at the moment. Okay.
Yeah. Before we even come back to what you're going to do, Roscoe, there. You've got this one remaining Templar in front of you. You see him kind of looking back over his shoulder, but then coming back to you because you're the closer threat. You can see the doubt and the fear in his eyes. But at the same time, he kind of shifts his position, puts his weight back on his feet, ready to come towards you. Guy knows that running is not going to be safe there. Okay.
George
So-
Bodley.
So I'm gonna let it be we start the fight, and it's you that's going.
You George Bodley. You must die. And I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
No quarter. I am
Use a 50-cent piece.
eviled up, still things on fire. I'm going in for moving into a killing blow. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
That was bad.
We'll fight it.
Oh, that was worse.
Oh, doesn't matter. But so the way it happens is you come in. He blocks the first blow, and he tries a riposte. You block with that, but it's just then you separate your blades because and what he then finds is while you keep him concentrated on what's going on with your right hand, just doesn't realize that you come in with an epic overhand, blades cross. There, you're literally within spitting distance. He's about to pull back his head and bring it between the blade, because the blades are like this.
Sure.
Come in like that, and he just starts to gurgle as you have just brought your left hand up underneath into the armpit there, where there's no armor, and you just rip out the blade, and he just collapses in a heap there.
And then I turn my attention to the Herald. And I sweep down the blade. Finally, a new challenger. I see you. I'm going to turn my turn over to Darian.
Sure. Thanks, you got something for me. Okay, so Darren, what are you doing, sir?
Still face mano a mano with Thomas. With the Black Knight. Eyes shifting over the look up at Herald, who has arrived. Then back down towards Thomas. Well, it appears your new master has arrived.
And it's just as you're saying that, voice just says, "Do not listen to them, Thomas. He has betrayed you. He has betrayed your friends. He seeks the eye. kill him, and you can be the hero of the Republic. And Darren, you're just looking over. Give me a notice roll, please.
Dun, 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 dun.
Difficulty is free.
Dun, 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 dun. Seems a bit average. I think I want to use an aspect on this. And since I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, I'm not entirely sure which aspect to use on this.
Let's have a look, see if there's any that would apply for you.
A foreign-born child of a refugee with a dark past, eh? These dark things do resonate with me.
Or you could also use my mistakes kill people, so that could be weighing on your mind.
Yeah.
There, and you're wanting to make sure that what
now
you're doing...
I get the realization why things are happening. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my 5 remaining faith points on this.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if I can give some over. Because I got a pool of it. I started the last session with 5 and I used none of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 3 then. Woo.
Okay. You're looking over and you just see there's none of the light in Thormas's eyes. And it's like, it's okay when you had realized that something had went wrong and you seemed to have turned, there was still an aspect of his character that you still recognized, but as he just kind of responds to the Herald there, it's like the response comes off as just totally robotic there. The eyes, whatever like spark that was in those eyes is gone. They're just soulless. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I need...
What are you doing, sir?
So, noticing that he is taking orders from him, noticing that what he has told Thormas is that I betrayed him. I prop the lance of Longinus onto the ground, spread my arms open and wide, looking at Thormas. Come on then.
Hug, exactly, Froggy.
Ooh,
He wants a hug.
Persuasion.
Yeah. An empathy roll, sir, I would say. Or hold on. Yeah, empathy.
Oof.
Give me a
Oh.
second.
Your hugs are empty. Or a fate point to reroll if you're...
Yeah. Because this is actually you'll be going against Thormas's drive to actually strike you. So it's gonna be a fight roll for him. Okay.
Yep. I'm never gonna defeat this one. Even if I roll, technically I do have a
Still, this
chance
is good
in
storytelling.
hell.
Yeah.
And also, he doesn't count as a Republic member, does he? No, he doesn't. Because the Lance of Longinus would give me a +2 on that.
Um,
The one you dropped
Wait.
on the ground?
which he dropped.
Well, it's the act
It's-
of dropping that's giving him a +2 on empathy.
I would
Rain move.
Right.
it's
Charlie Murphy meme.
it's a question of you can either take it as stress damage, or you could take a consequence,
Or
Yeah,
I can still
which-
do the reroll thing.
or you can still do the reroll. Exactly.
I'm gonna do the reroll because why not?
Okay.
I have nothing to lose here. Well, except more stress points. Where's that? Yeah, I'm gonna use my 7 heavenly virtues, and this is kindness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm turning red.
That is empathy. Oh, not athletics. Well, it's a bit better.
Okay.
So it's only 3 points of stress. I think.
I'm going to spend 1 life hit points for the scene. They cost an additional 2 points worth of stress.
Amazing.
So yeah,
Which aspect are you using?
it's actually a stunt of mine for
Okay.
Thormas. There, it's his sword of might. So it's just as the sword comes in, and you feel it slicing, you just feel a burn as a light emanates off the sword as it strikes your armor. So however you're wanting to absorb the actual that stress. Here's the thing. You could decide for story purposes you do not want to continue. You could just say, I'm not going to absorb that there and get taken out. Yeah, that is an option for you. But it's just
My plan has a step 2 to it.
Mhm.
Which is to take that blow, that sword, with my body. So
Yeah.
it's stuck in me. Or in Darian. Grab a hold of the guy holding the sword.
Okay.
And place one hand on his face. Abid Malitia, and cast a spell to purge his mind of evil.
Right. So you put your hand on his face, and this is when
Oh, well, on his head, yeah.
on his head. Who are we going on to next? Who is it cutting to? There. Because there's still technically Galen or
So Thomas got an attack on me on my turn and did damage to me.
yeah, I'm having it as it was you trying to persuade them not to attack. So yeah,
Usually defense roll doesn't deal damage.
it wasn't really. I know it was a kind of attack, but it was you doing. It's just the way it's doing it.
I'll give my turn to Thomas.
That he could do the thing, which was attack you.
Yeah.
So I would say kind of Thormas kind of acted individually with your scene. So it's either in that case Galen or the Herald.
But it's Stormass deciding which one.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. Good point. Galen, we'll come back to you then.
Well, Darian seems a little busy to tell me, and seems to have actually taken damage. So I think it's no longer time for slinking around. Oh, maybe it is time for slinking around. I'm going to take a shot at Thormas.
Oh, slinging around.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. Take your shot, sir. Mr. Alexander Hamilton.
What?
You're not going to waste your shot, surely.
7. Oh, wow.
Epic versus fantastic.
I don't like that high of a roll.
Well, he rolled +3 on his 3.
Yeah.
Almost as well as he could do.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, you got his attention, I think.
Yeah. It's just what happens is that kind of moment where I'd say Darian's hand is coming to be placed in the forehead. The head of Lormas is just shot aside when the actual shot from the sling.
I thought you were going for the big guy.
No.
No.
No. Darian looks like he's in trouble. He just took a lot of stress, so I went for Thormas.
Yeah, you're seeing that the blade's right against Darian's armor. Yes.
Okay.
And okay, we'll come to the complication that's going to cause, but let me get the so I'm guessing you're then passing on to the Herald.
Is there any, like, I'm mixing the games together again. You got so many actions, and then you can do movement and blah blah blah. Can I also push the chest closer, or is the shoot the whole only thing I can do?
The shoot would have been your act. You could have done a move because you can move yourself closer there and move a zone in.
Where I can be hit by swords seems like a bad idea.
Or move a zone out back into the room that you're in where you found the chest.
No, because the floor's gone, and that seems like a really bad idea. Okay, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just stay at range.
Okay. So in comes the Herald, but the Herald's attention is drawn away from Flormas and Darian, and the eyes, the great helm just turns, and the eyes just aim straight at Roscoe. The left hand comes up, points. You are holder of the eye. Give it to me. Join me or die.
Or whack it with a hammer.
Join me, and together we may rule the earth as father and some dude.
With that,
I could just tell him to fuck off right now and he could attack me.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to attack you, but not in the way you're going to expect there. Because he's going to spend one of the fate points that is assigned to him because of who he is. And he is going to cast his Join Me or Die stunt, okay? Where he's going to launch a mental assault on your mind, Roscoe, okay?
Oh boy.
You're going to have to cast a will to try and see if you can defend yourself from his assault.
Great.
Oh,
Now I'm going to
boy.
have to start throwing rocks at Roscoe's head to knock him out of it.
Okay. Ready? So,
All right. You go first or I go first? Epic.
Yep.
Shitballs.
this is the boss, guys.
Yeah. Three. I don't think I could, even with the Eye of the Underland, and it will only give me a +2 of 5.
Yeah. You can, if you, yeah, I think you've changed one of your stunts to, oh no, what? Not one of your stunts, one of
Aspects.
your aspects to reflect that you are bearer of the eye, haven't you?
Yeah.
Or yeah, everyone is after my shard, okay? Or Eye of Underland, okay?
Yeah.
You
I
can,
could, but I mean, I'll still fail this.
yeah, it's only going to be actually to, if you do it, you reduce the amount of stress you're taking, okay, from this attack.
So it's not going to be like now you're under control because you lost the.
No, it's not
Okay.
going to be that. Okay.
Could how much stress is bad for me?
It's
A lot of stress.
Your stress is your will and your physique. Plus,
I got a lot of stress points.
This is the thing. You can either absorb it in your stress, or you can take a consequence.
Yeah.
Negate it.
Right now, this is gonna be 5. This is gonna be what, 4 stress?
Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna choose to absorb 2 of this stress, as a resolve. But once per scene. This is my once. I'm gonna choose to absorb 2 of these as a resolve and just take 2 as stress and just take the other full brunt of it. It is one of my stunts.
Yeah, that's what I was just rechecking the wording of it. I think I know what you're. Oh yeah, granted 2 stress at once per scene once. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
okay.
hang on. I'm going to hang on to my 1 fate point and not use it, and
Yep,
take 2
sure.
stress.
Okay.
As I'm racked with indecision of what to do, because I honestly don't know what the fuck to do against this guy now. If he could pull this shit.
Yeah, that just gave it was basically just gave you a conditional stress, a conditional condition that you could use at certain points. Okay, no, that's fine. So just mark off 2 stress or a condition that would take off 2 stress, either one. If you're doing the condition, then state what that condition is, because we then have to, because if I cause you conditions for you, I can get in focus on them.
Ooh,
Same
if I
one.
get angry, I could actually take that as a boon.
But it also causes issues for you. For
It's fine.
things.
I'm gonna take the stress. I gotta.
Yeah. That's another way of doing it. Yeah, that's why I put this stuff in there, just to give you a wee bit of variety.
This is
there.
kind of cool.
We just never got around to using it. That's the shame. Okay, so you've got the distress. Okay, it's you kind of step forward and you're expecting there to be a rush in the clashing of blades, and for a moment you feel the pressure of your blades blocking his, being pushed back, and then suddenly your arms being forced up, and with that you feel a shockingly big, the breath being forced out of your chest as a blow comes in with this massive greatsword hitting you in the chest. And it's just as quickly as you thought, oh shit, I'm dead. the sensation is gone. You realize you've not moved a step, near as he, but the sweat is starting to pour down, and you feel a slight trickle coming down your nose, and that individual drop of red blood just drops down to the ground at your feet.
That's how psychic attacks work. Okay.
Craziness. I'm gonna sit on this and ruminate for a bit.
So
Okay.
Herald's decision next.
Well, that was his actual attack.
Yes, but now he gets to decide.
Oh, of course, sorry.
Who
I am
goes
thinking too
next?
much. Yeah, I'm thinking too much. Actually, my guys, for once.
Oh yeah, let's see what happens with
I'm gonna
Burnlands.
I'm gonna press my advantage. There. We'll start with Formas. What happens is Formas, his head being whipped to the side with this shot that's been flung at him.
Knock him out of it. Knock him out of it.
The head then just, and the eyes lock on to Galen, or the direction where the shot came from, at least, depending on what Galen's doing. We do not know at the moment. There, I'm assuming because Galen hasn't said he's taken any action at the moment.
But I'm wearing my cloak, so it might be hard for him to see me.
Let's give me a deceive roll against this notice. Let's just actually see if
A deceive or a stealth?
Oh, stealth actually. Sorry, yeah, you're right.
I'm going to click one place and then click another place. I rolled really badly. Again, the perfect. I have the perfect aspect to use, and only one fate point.
Yeah.
If you come seeking me, blink, and you will miss me.
Yeah. Up to you.
Nope.
As I say, at the moment,
Ormas is kind of busy, so I'm not as worried about him noticing me.
it's like what you see is, for a moment, the eyes kind of lock on you, but at the same time, his head kind of swivels back towards Darian at the same time. What happens there, Darian, is Darian is going to actually try and push through on the attack.
You mean
Thormas. Yep. So yeah. So Darren, what Thormas is going to try to do to you, I should have said, is he's going to try and push through on his attack. Sorry for not making it clear. There's too many Templars in this game. They all look the same to me.
You're the one who put it full of Templars.
I know.
I only made one.
Oh, you made one. I made the legions and the armies.
You decided to make this a Republic-focused game, not me. You had two other options here to focus on.
Yeah, I know.
It's fun.
Yeah, I made the cookie cutter clone army. It's my fault. Okay. So it's going to be so Thormas is going to attack, and the way he's just going to do it, he's just going to, that blade that's just resting against your armor, he's just going to try and push that and try to get that armor, get that armor to break there, to get to the flesh underneath.
And I'm going to hold him in. Just fight back on that. Not allow him to move.
So what you doing, like physique there or something like that, or another fight yourself?
I was gonna say fighting because it's fighting him back. That's
Yeah, sure.
perfection.
Well, I think they're holding each other. Struggle, snuggle, exactly, Froggy.
That's a struggle snuggle. Okay.
Again, this is when I'm going to invoke again the Sword of Might again with another fate point from the scene for myself to get at least 2 points of stress.
I am going to invoke my fate point.
Sure.
Vengeful Knight. To keep him.
No, that's fine.
So yeah.
So
the struggle continues.
You just see glows coming, a glow emanates from the sword, but as that's happening, a golden pale aura comes from the armor at the same time. Just clashing for a brief moment, and it's just a bright light between the two at the connection point, and it's then a crack occurs, and then as the light returns to normal, you find that the two of you are being forced apart like a meter, and you're just standing there opposing each other. Okay. Okay, it's now the Herald. The Herald's now going to move in and attack Roscoe. There.
Oh boy.
Is Roscoe still 2 movement away?
No, so Roscoe was just a zone away, so the Herald...
Oh, because I thought Thormas was a zone from Herald and Roscoe was a zone from Thormas.
Good point. Right, hold on, give me a second.
He could use his double movement.
Whatever that is.
And then I could use my movement to meet him in a clash of sword against champion.
Do an athletics roll. Okay, so he just moves up, but the armor that he wears just weighs him down. There. This thing isn't power armor. He's not doing.
What he's doing is like. Bah, bah, bah. All right.
He's moving. Oh, he's still getting up to a fair clip, but it's not like Olympic class sprint.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I'll have it.
Imagine somebody.
If you put it to me, I'm literally just gonna go up. I'm gonna meet him halfway point.
If you put it up, imagine it's somebody like Thanos trying to run. Yeah.
It's a bit like that. He gets up to speed.
Lumber.
Yeah. He's not a guy you want to meet head on, but he's not a fast boy. And
I start running as well. You know what?
He's a little wooden.
I want to use that angry condition.
Okay.
I just click it and remove one of the stresses.
So what happens is when you do that, it's when you take stress, okay, you use that to absorb stress damage, okay, but in doing so, you're then having to, the consequences of doing that apply, okay.
Right. I mean, with
Basically-
angry, I get a -1 to stay
Basically,
calm.
anything where you're having to stay calm, focus, you're getting -1. But if I remember this correctly, you then will gain a bonus to hitting stuff.
Physical
Yeah.
and melee attack rolls.
Yeah.
So it would occur when you get if you get hit again, that'll be the time to hit it. Okay.
Okay.
It'll be like you doing that kind of like a wee Hulk moment.
Got it. All right. I'll wait on it then. But yeah, so I use my a little bit of movement to run up to him, fast ways, pull out both swords.
Yep.
And just start whacking. Let's fight this sucker.
Okay. Take your
I
swing.
don't want to use any fate points just yet. I'm gonna save. Great.
Neat. Suspense is killing me.
I know.
Ooh, he's got a
Fantastic.
fight of 5? Ouch.
Yeah, he's no joke.
I want to fight him anyway, so but yeah.
I give him like I just attack him and please describe what happens next.
You come in with the swords, and it's like you've never seen someone move a great sword as quick as this before. It's basically blocks one blade, you then got the other one coming over your head. He knocks that off. And before you even having a moment of thinking, right, this is what I'm doing, you find yourself on the defensive as he's thrusting in and out. Goes from thrust to then pulling it over his head and swinging it over his head.
It's also a range issue. He doubles my range, so I'm used to getting up close where I could be effective using 2 swords in close combat, and he's keeping me at bay with that.
Yeah.
Because I know if that thing touches me once, I'm fucked.
There's a lot of moments where you think there's windows of opportunity, but you're then just finding as you're coming in that if you were to continue that attack, you're literally going to be crushed underneath the sword as it's coming in for a swing, and you're ducking and weaving out on flare.
I'm just fainting. He's fainting. I'm looking for an opening. I'm looking for him to overcommit. He's not overcommitting.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get through anywhere.
Yeah.
Plus, this is an unusual weapon for me that I've not fought against. All right, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Okay.
I'd say give it to
his
Darian.
turn. What's that?
I'd say give it to Darian.
It's Darian and Galen left in this.
Darian, indeed.
Yep. Good Darian.
So, I have been forced apart from Thomas again.
Yeah. It's like something keeps coming between the two of you.
I blame the game master.
Storm as his wife.
Wow.
Hey, you're not meant to
yes.
talk about me and Formas's relationship, Galen.
Well, I suppose it's time for a more direct approach.
Mm-hmm.
Walk towards Thomas.
You're only 1 meter away. I don't think that's a long walk.
Okay, 1 meter only. Well, in that case, it's
Step towards,
reach in, cast a spell that I intended to do last time when you confused the order of actions and didn't let me do my action last time. God damn it.
Right. So what is it that you're trying to do, sir?
I'm trying to dispel the corruption in him.
Right. Okay.
Or the
They're
Whoa.
no longer possessed, and I don't have to kill him. And please,
Yes.
because I love him so
Last
much.
turn I didn't get an action. I only got a defense last turn. God damn it.
Yeah. Yes. Overcome there. And just give me a second. It's not format.
It's someone else.
Mhm.
I'm assuming I'm using a law because this is a spell casting thing.
Or potentially will. I would
Potentially
also allow.
will.
You
I'm gonna will it into existence because I can't.
you got goodwill? Are you goodwill hunting?
Oh,
I'm not so good at hunting.
He gets
But
his
I
weapons
will
at
attempt.
Goodwill.
God's willing.
Right. So it's a will check.
mhm.
Will it be enough? It is a superb attempt, I give it that.
Wow, nice.
So you feel. So you place your hand, and I said, yeah, as you're muttering the words, you feel the presence that's not of formas. It's alien, sickly. It's quite vile presence, and you can feel that it's taking over Flormas. It's literally drowning them in darkness. And you just feel that presence come towards you, tries to envelop you. And as you just say a prayer. And just as that happens, as that darkness is trying to encircle around, in a mental image of yourself, it just withdraws with a shriek, a mental shriek, and pulls out. Thormas collapses to the ground. There.
Glory be to my Lord, the Almighty. God hears those who praise him. God's peace and blessings be upon you, Thomas. And then, kneeling to pick up the lance once more, I end my turn and give it to Roscoe.
No, Roscoe's
Roscoe's
already
already
gone.
gone.
Roscoe
To Galen.
already acted, sorry. Galen then.
Yep.
Well, let's see. There's one baddie still standing.
Yep.
And I'm not insane, so I'm not going to go rushing up to attack him that way. I'm just going to throw rocks at his head.
Yep. Feel free to do that.
But do I want to do anything else first?
Please throw everything at him. I think I've finally created someone that is the eco of your guys.
No.
So far, yes.
Oh, I've thrown like small.
Oh,
armies.
legendary.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I finally got another legendary.
The secret was wearing out our fate points.
So you see, as you're whirling the sling around your head, you let it go. You know it's true. You see the head
Literally David versus Goliath.
just turn to look towards it, and you just see that shot go straight into the visor. For a moment, part of that red gleam just disappears. There's a slight shriek of agony then suddenly there's
It bleeds.
But then there's suddenly a gargling sound. And then laughter comes afterwards and says, "Who? I control the power of Underland. It takes more than that to hurt me." And that gleam from the visor that had disappeared suddenly reappears. So, Galen, it was your shot. Who you passed on to next?
It is the next round, then, yes?
Yes. Yes, it is.
You can pass it to anyone.
Yes, I know. I was tempted to just take another shot
Okay.
while he's looking at me, so I can aim for the visor again.
Yeah, do it. Give it to yourself. Can you do that? Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, they did it last turn, so
Yeah.
Um,
Stop them from doing that.
Sure, let's try again.
Tell him a pound.
Not so good this time. Ooh, really bad, actually.
Well, he's intimidating you now. He's like,
Yeah,
now he's
obviously.
actually looking at you. It's different when they're.
Except...
It was almost as effective, though. Imagine if it had been 8 against 0. That would have been.
You hit. You hit him. This time, though, he moves so that you don't. That you actually, you don't hit him in the helm, but he's still a big guy, and it just like strikes at the neck, and you hear a sickening crack there. And again, there's just a wee bit of laughter as you hear more cracking. Because for a moment, he's like, oh. But then there's that cracking, tearing sound. And he then just stands back up again. And he just laughs.
It's not good when he's laughing at, 9 stress?
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, boy.
at least it's 9 stress he's taking. Yeah. In theory.
In theory. Yeah, yes.
Give it to him now. He's gonna kick my ass. And then I could get big angry. And you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I'm gonna give it to Darian.
Ooh, good call.
He can get his point across.
Well, it seems to be a rather straightforward situation. It's time to for Darian to go ahead and join Roscoe in the fight against the Herald.
Hey, I'm in it too.
Yeah, but in melee. Like it gets between Galen and the Herald, so he can't do anything about Galen, at least, unless he has guns or something.
Yeah, now I'm gonna hit you with a stone instead of him. Good
exactly.
Okay.
I'm a block you. Is moving all I can do, or is there?
No,
it's only one.
Yeah, it's
one area.
You're only moving into one zone different there.
So only one time zone difference. Okay. Cool.
No, not that far.
Actually, given that Roscoe moved up, it's only like half a time zone.
This is true.
So you still be able to get an attack in same time.
Right. So, nothing fancy, nothing extraordinary. Just a regular, good old-fashioned stab it with a lance maneuver.
Okay.
Because you have the range, whereas I don't.
And I will assume this one is corrupted like the very
Oh,
epitome
yeah.
of being a corruption. So
Probably.
not
Oh,
quite
good.
legendary, but close.
Wimp. I mean, oh, good job.
Okay. So it's you end up coming in with a charge, and it's
Deus
his-
Vult.
his attention's being, Galen and then Roscoe, and it's just as you're moving in, there's a moment where Roscoe, darts in at the same time, and that takes the Herald's attention, which allows you to get the spear point underneath the arm there, and you can feel it going through, the chainmail and going through the flesh. And as you pull it out, you see the blood. And for a moment, the arm that was like, holding one of the blades of Roscoe by Andalay just drops limp for a moment. And you then see a brief glow. And the arm that was originally a limp comes back, and he just flexes his fingers, and he just turns, and you see the eyes glaring red at you. I've killed greater Templars.
Then it will be so embarrassing when you fall to me.
So, are you passing on to?
Oh yeah, I need to
Roscoe?
do this. Yeah,
Pass it to him.
That's it to Thormas. Yeah, okay. I guess not.
yeah, I'll pass it to Thomas.
Not for Thomas?
Yes.
He passed out.
He's
Remember?
passed out on the ground.
Yeah,
He's probably not doing much,
yeah.
Probably, but
but he can pass it on to whoever he wants.
Herald.
well, anyway, give it to the Herald then.
You just see the Herald just casts a glance and goes, the spear of Longinus is a threat to something of the power of the eye. It is but a mere child's toy to the power I build. You're nothing. And he just turns his back to
Oh,
you,
shit.
and he focuses on Roscoe.
Amazing. I thought it was amazing.
And comes in horrified.
Whereas he's been on the defensive, now he's gonna. Oh boy. He as soon as he starts on his back, I could see it in his eyes, the resolve, and I'm bracing my best things against him.
Did he drop the blade in the limp hand or not?
So he's
No, he
building
was
up with,
he was blocking Roscoe's blade
okay.
with that hand.
yeah,
Four.
he was,
Okay, yeah.
so free stress. 13.
Now I wanna take the angry.
Yeah, so if you take the angry, that's going to take off. That will
One.
absorb 1 for you, and then you have to absorb the 2 by any other means. There. So that's either going to be through stress or consequences. You might want to consider taking the consequence there, or if there's any other of
Blinded? That wouldn't hurt. That would be bad for me.
That would be very bad.
So in
Winded.
regards, you will have the thing. If you take the winded, that will allow you to absorb it. But on your next turn, if you don't want to keep getting the -2s, you're going to let you have to spend that action to catch your breath. There.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
All right. Which leaves me 1 stress.
No, that would winded is 2.
Oh, so we're good. Then.
You tick the numbers below them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only missed by 3. Got it.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Yeah.
So with that hit, it like knocks me in my back.
Yeah.
But I was able to absorb most of it, although you could see me wincing in pain.
And of course, the advantage is it's your turn next, so
Yeah.
that you can get unwinded and then give it to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's basically what happens. Instead of you getting hit with the edge, you've got hit with the flat of the blade. You just basically use that as like a maul.
Sure.
Style.
Sure. And I'm gonna do that thing with I'm gonna on my back and put the swords on my back and do that thing where I kit up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm flames come out. I'm gonna use my last fate
Roscoe?
point.
Yeah. Carlos, if you don't stop being winded, you're going to get -2 on this.
I have to do it now?
Yeah, you do it on your turn.
Yeah.
And then you'll be assigning, so then you can attack him first next turn.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Well, you have to do it.
All right. Either because if you keep attacking when you're still winded, you're going to keep be winded. You need to catch your breath.
All right. Yeah. So on this one, I'll delay this then. Okay, and I'll stay on my back here for a second.
So untick the winded.
Yep. No. I keep the winded. Oh,
the winded is kept ticked. So those, until
it turns back to my turn.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because
in that case, I'm going to stay on my back, catch my breath for a second. Oh, and I'm going to look for damage, and I will pass my turn over to Galen because.
Okay. Because you're catching your breath, then untick the winded now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now untick the winded.
All right.
All right. Do I want to attack again, or do I want to try and do something to give you guys an advantage? I think I'm going to go back to the old style and try and give you guys an advantage.
Actually, I just forgot something that I have a wee thing I need to do with Roscoe first before we come on to Galen. Sorry. Didn't forget. Just as you're lying on the floor there, Roscoe, you hear that voice, the voice you've been hearing for quite a while now. And it just goes, it doesn't control the eye. The shard that he has, it controls him. He's just a vessel for its will now. It's making them vulnerable to attack. It's healing them.
And of course, Roscoe's piece hasn't been healing Roscoe, so he's got an inferior copy.
We work differently. I know exactly what to do to defeat this man. I will use the shard against him.
Oh no.
I got a good plan.
It was nice knowing you, Roscoe.
Yep. Sorry, I forgot I had to do this wee bit. Now we can go into Galen.
I'm going to. I guess if damn it, Your interruption there caused me to double think my move now.
Yeah.
Because I was going to try and distract him, but if it's actually the shard in control, well, I guess the shard is using him.
Mhm.
So if he can't be, yeah. All right. I'm going to regret this. I mean,
No.
I'm going to move up.
I'm going to love this by the sounds of it, folks.
Yes, putting us all in range. I'm going to move up.
Yep.
And I'm going to. Damn, do I want to try and stick a bag over his head, or do I want to fill his visor with sand?
Oof.
I think I'm going to fill his visor with sand.
Pocket
That's-
sand, go!
All right.
Yes, I got a dragon roar. That's it, Froggy. I'll dragon roar as I'm throwing the sand in his eyes to try and give those guys an advantage. I'm at disadvantage. How would that work?
Let's see how well you do. Pocket
Dragon
sand.
roar into his helmet and make him deaf. Yeah, it's a good plan, Froggy. I don't know if that'll work.
Actually, just any sort of clay or goopy or
Yeah.
sticky stuff on his helmet will
Yeah.
block it up. Pocket sand's good.
Okay.
Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night.
Yeah.
I don't know those words.
Give
Feet up
me,
there and never gone down.
yeah, give me a shoot roll because you're basically throwing this.
Oh, shoot.
That's not me.
How about fantastic? I rolled well too. He's distracted by the other guys anyway.
Yeah.
Finally, them giving me an advantage, maybe?
Yep. So yeah, you create the the actual, what the word then, folk there of actual blinded, okay, and you've got one free use of them folk, okay. There that you can use you yourself later on, okay, or you can pass on to someone else to use at another point, okay.
Okay. And I'll step back out of sword range.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have to get into sword range, but I'm getting out of sword range.
I say you had kind of ducked, at the right moment as the sword's kind of being flung around all over the place, and as he's bring up his hand up to the visor, that the sword's not swinging. It's just he's holding it with the right, and the blades, the tip of the blades actually just scraping along the ground. You see sparks as the actual blade travels along the ground as he kind of moves about there while he's trying to scratch and get at the sand that you've thrown into his helmet there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
And I will pass it on to.
Oh, 3 options.
Yep.
Anyone else but you.
Yes. Well, I'll give it to Thormaz again. No, no. Actually, I'm going to give it to Templar
Darian
number
or
9. Oh, he's
Roscoe?
dead. I'm going to give it to Roscoe.
Roscoe. All right, now I will do the thing. I know exactly how to defeat you. I'll do a kit up with both swords. I'll merge them into one sword. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna invoke the last of the ultimate power. So I'm gonna go all red and glowy and evil looking sounding. I'm gonna reach behind me and grab the hammer. Hammer on one hand, sword on the other, and because the hammer weighs a lot more, I'm gonna do this twirly thing so that the hammer pushes me forward. You know, like because it's like an off-weight helicopter move.
Mhm.
As
I
go
can
towards me.
imagine this in anime, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's all flames on fire.
Mhm.
Let's do this. Ultimate power. Just fight +4.
I think that's it. Where you
Fight
to get-
+4. Oh, and plus, I'm angry.
Yep.
Fight
So
plus.
you're-
Yeah, just put 1. Don't put +1.
yeah.
No, I mean I'm just gonna put 4. Whatever the roll is, +5. There it is. There is my attack.
And you rolled poorly. Hey, the hammer against the shard. Yeah, I like that. That should blow him up, right? Because if he's the shard, no. I guess you have to find the shard within.
So you come in and it's basically try to stop anything that's basically a lead weight with a sword. It's quite hard there. And it's just with the momentum you put in it, you displace his great sword. And it's like basically you've seen battles
Gives
where
me that last 3 feet that I need to get in there.
you've seen scenes where men in armor have been hit with iron shot from cannons and the armor just crumple.
Uh-huh.
That's what happens there. The armor that he's wearing just crumples around the shoulder. You hear massive cracking, and there's blood spurts as that happens. You hear like a popping sound, and it's literally, if you could see from the other side, you would see the shoulder has popped out of the socket as you've done this.
And I bounce back.
It's through the damaged armor. What you then see is literally the indentation in the skin, the pucker in the wound, that starts to close all up there. You see like the shoulder just jump back in with a sickening pop. Herald just looks down at his hand and just closes his fist clenched. And he just says, I think none of you got the message and not beat me while I wield live Unreal. Even just one shard has given me the power to resist the legions of wrong.
What kind of armor is this?
Ooh, you want to pause right there?
Besides Dents.
Yeah, this is a good stopping point
Well,
Oh boy.
for a 10-minute break.
let's have a 15-minute break and be back
fair
in
enough.
at the hour. So,
Mhm.
see you on top of the hour, unless you're in one of those half time zones, in which case.
I threw everything at him. I threw my best fucking combo at him.
Mhm.
Wowzers.
Yeah. So, see you soon. Bye bye.
All right.
And
we're
we're
back.
back. Oh,
And we're back, and we have no plan still.
We have no plan, no idea what to do. We are in the demand. We need to call upon the Italian reinforcements.
Arrow, froggy, rolling your R's.
What is he? What is Froggy? A Frenchman?
Peter Falk will save us.
So,
But wait, I have one more question.
the shard is regenerating him. There is no way for us to get through to him. We must find where it's at. I don't know, I started with that. Sorry. We're back. How you all doing?
Okay.
John, your light is you're darkish all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
It's just where I'm sitting.
Welcome to the light side. We have cookies.
the
But
dark side has
has
chocolate chip
cupcakes.
cookies.
Ah,
Yeah.
But they're dark chocolate.
Yes.
The best kind.
But the light side has white chocolate.
Ugh.
Oatmeal. Ugh. Oatmeal raisin, maybe.
Oatmeal right?
That's not chocolate, that's raisins.
Oatmeal cinnamon
Evil.
raisin.
I don't
Ooh.
get why people don't like raisins. Raisins are awesome.
Because you're expecting chocolate chip and you get raisins instead.
But raisins are awesome.
Yeah,
They're
raisins
healthier.
are
Think of it. It's like dried out wine.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite raisin is chocolate covered raisins because you need the might as well just have the chocolate. No, I'm a fan of raisins. I like chocolate covered raisins, but raisins are good.
Yeah, I prefer my wine in raisin form mostly because of the lack of alcohol.
Actually, I eat a lot of frozen grapes. Frozen grapes are really good.
I haven't tried that. Need to.
They're
Those are
just
fun
soft enough, especially if you let them thaw for like 30 seconds to a minute. They're squishy and they feel like biting into a popsicle. So they have the same texture as a popsicle.
Weird.
Anyway, shall we get back to the game so the game master
we
can
should.
kill us?
Yes.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Oh, then can we
I-
swap back to the good game master then?
Wait.
Oh, it's the good master. Yes, the good master. Here's
The
us
one who
bleeding.
knows what we are talking about.
Okay, so where were we?
I had just attacked
Roscoe
them.
just attacked him, yes.
Yeah.
It bruised his
So-
whole piece of the armor.
Well, the
Yeah,
armor got
it
raised
bruised-
and
Yeah,
destroyed.
it destroyed that shoulder armor.
Destroy the shoulder armor, exposing his flesh, which allowed us to see that he regenerates. It's the eye that's regenerating him. We must expose it to get to him. And then I'm
Challenge
going
him to strip
pass.
poker. That's it.
I have to pass it to somebody. This is
Pass it
So
to him.
your
fucked up.
choices are
Let's pass it to
Darian.
Galen.
I already had
Galen
my turn.
already acted.
So
So
it's Darian
Darian?
or bad guy.
Give it to the bad
Let's
guy.
do-
Don't let him do a double round.
Huh?
If you pass it to him, he gets to end the round.
No. If you pass it to
if you-
Darian,
yeah.
Herald goes twice potentially.
So pass it to him then.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, done and done.
It's like these guys are metagaming for some reason. I don't know
Because
why.
we're using every last bit that we need. Anyways, yes, fine, pass it to him.
Yeah, we are taking lesson from the Facebook rebranding and we're doing the meta thing.
I hope this one doesn't bite us in the arse.
I never met a Herald I couldn't beat. Yeah.
You suddenly see the Herald sweeps the sword back up, brings the sword above his head, grasps it two-handed, and he then takes a step towards Roscoe, bringing the sword down in a slash that if it was to hit, we twing
Sure.
you into. It's going to be a fight. If you want, you could potentially do.
An evade.
You rolled
You know,
badly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to do an evade.
You basically athletics to jump out of the way.
My fight
Well-
is still better than athletics.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's almost like I have a one-track mind.
It's generally athletic.
It's coming down, but I know a way to. I mean, since I'm up close, it's harder for him to, and I can deflect and move off to the side
Yeah.
and
Fair
either
enough.
mitigate or completely. I got moves. Roscoe's got the moves.
Oh, very good
Yeah.
moves.
Superb. Mm.
Pin his sword to the ground.
But it
Pin his
came
sword to the
awfully
ground.
close, and it awfully closer. But now I'm on his inside, so I got the. To me, that's the advantage that I need.
Okay, and then it's Darian in that case.
Well, I'm the only option, so
Yeah.
cannot stop him from regenerating, but we can stop him. And Darian, since his attention is on Roscoe, he's ignoring Darian quite completely at this point, apparently. Darian is going to use that as an opportunity to start stabbing at his hamstrings,
Ooh.
or more likely cutting his Achilles tendons. Even if he regenerates those, for a moment that leg is inoperable. It takes a while to get back up. So what I'm doing is to add a bonus someone else can
It's great.
invoke.
It'll be a great advantage.
Yeah, creating advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna
So
be a
I'm gonna go stabby on him to create.
The
advantage.
bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I'm gonna actually see if he is even going to be paying attention and notice to then try and do something against that. There, whether it's yeah, he notices.
Yeah, I know. Even well, I could pay for a reroll, but I'm not gonna. It's next round anyway, and
Well, he noticed, but did he actually
do anything about it? Or was that?
did he?
It's the first strike comes in, and what happens is a mass clang as the blade, the spearhead of Spear of Longinus scrapes against the armor greave there, and the streaker of the metal upon metal. You just see the Herald turns head briefly, and he starts to actually backpedal away so that both you and Roscoe are actually in front of him now, instead of you sandwiching him there.
Okay. So, apparently Roscoe had a phone call. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, it was
Sorry
my
about that.
turn to begin with. So I'm going to give the starting of the next round to Darian.
Had to talk about yourself in the third person. Good.
Yeah.
Well done.
So I do
Is-
believe Darian is going to keep up what he's doing, which is to try to give an advantage, advantage in the terms of disabling this, disabling the Herald. Not trying to destroy him, just cut those tendons that are gonna make him, not necessarily the legs, but any sort of You know what I mean.
You're trying to like hamstring him.
Yeah.
That sort. Yeah.
Just to be a general annoyance that he can't focus on Roscoe alone. Just oh yeah, that's the thing. Be there, just so much that he can't fully ignore Darien. So Roscoe has someone. Yeah, well,
And
the Herald has someone.
he's
that he can't
distracted.
ignore.
He's distracting him,
My brain working well. Good.
creating a disadvantage on his strikes and hopefully an advantage on my attacks.
Exactly. Oh, that's better. Great. I'm not very good at these rolls because there's a -2 on my roll.
Why?
No, that's
Oh,
it.
the roll part.
Oh,
That was even.
I rolled. That's actually a 6 because that lacks the +2 modifier that I'm getting. Even the last turn should have been a 5/5, but 5/5 is it's even anyway. I should be using Templar fighting style, not clicking and fight. Ooh,
This
Well,
time,
yeah.
You missed.
Yeah,
so
missed.
Well, at least we got that roll out of the way there.
So he starts to kind of engage. You've now got his eco attention there. He's not just dismissing you out of hand. He's having to actively, if he's wanting to defend, he can't just notice and take a few steps back. He is having to put his blade into trying to divert blows there. But now his attention is taken up by the two of you.
Okay, I'm going to give the round to Gale.
Do I want to try and do something against him, or do I want to go get that damn shard?
I've given you guys options.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. I'm going for the shard. Open the box. I'm listening to Froggy. I'm going to go try and open. Oh, hey, what are the command words, Darian? And then head over to the box. The command words to open the box.
So, Darian,
I have no idea if Darian knows it or not, but
yeah, a 2 lore roll. +2.
A lore roll with a +2.
Well, a lore roll with
No,
difficulty of 2.
requiring
okay.
it to.
As you said. I misspoke.
That's a 3. That should be suitable.
There's a phrase comes to mind for you, Darian, that might be applicable for an object like this. But it's a kind of a standard one that might be just used potentially in an emergency if they don't have time to actually set up, more appropriate words there. So feel
Open
free
the
to
box.
No.
feel free to come up with the phrase that you think might be appropriate.
In Latinish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Opus boxium.
Aperto pectore.
Aperto pectore?
Or ava hovi.
Ava Hovi. So I could hear him. I say,
Okay.
try Ava Hovi.
Yeah. Try ava hovi.
Okay. I'll go over to the box and try Avahove and putting my hands in the appropriate place wherever they have to be.
Give me a roll against difficulty of 2 lower because you're using his.
3.
No, yeah.
You said it right.
Just with that, there's a click. A seam just cracks open, in the chest lid, and there's a slight gleam of light for a moment as it opens. Aelin, as you open that, when that opens, you just hear a voice. Unlike the previous
So
shard
not
that you,
doggo. So
like
not doggo.
unlike the previous one, which is quite a masculine voice. There, this one comes off as softer, more feminine. It's been a long time since I've had someone to talk to. What is your name?
Oh, my name. Nelag. Oh, sorry, I was speaking backwards. But I'm not going to say my name. That gives power. There's power in the name.
Give me a deceive roll here.
Oh, blah.
Okay.
That has to be your worst roll for today.
Pretty much.
The voice just continues. Well, they're like, how about you and I have some fun?
Uh-oh.
Dangerous?
How do you like to be rich?
That rich is good. But is it dangerous?
Oh, not with my help. You just have to get me out of this. Get me away from the rest of the shards. I can take you to places that they won't think of.
We're in a cavern right now. It would be pretty obvious that if we tried to leave. Then again, I can stealth myself pretty well.
There's a Cloak of the Potter. You know, a while since I came across that artifact. Used to be one of the last in this world, actually. There used to be thousands of them.
And Hogwarts got blown up. Sorry.
The voice just goes, well, either that or you just end me. It's either, I'll be honest with you, I haven't been I've Underland for nearly 200 years. I actually like being by myself now, away from the other pieces. But I don't want to be back in that box. I don't want to be with them anymore.
Okay, I have an idea then. Roscoe, toss me the hammer. And I pass my turn to Roscoe.
Okay.
I can give it its wish then, which is what I was planning on doing anyway.
Yeah. as you hear and toss me the hammer, you hear the voice that's been talking to you. Just go. Don't do it. She's always been damaged. Except when we get her part of the eye, we get the part that's healing that Herald. We can repair ourselves. We can be whole again, and with that, we can give you everything you want. Everything you want.
Ralsco's looking at Galen. I have the hammer in my left hand and the sword in my right. And I'm here holding off in front of me the Herald, who is vulnerable now thanks to Darian's opportunity.
Well, not really. I didn't give
He's on
you
the
any
back
bonuses.
foot
Yeah.
at the moment.
And you can invoke his blindness as an advantage, but
I'm still all on fire and enraged and fucking angry. I want to kill this motherfucker. And I'm going to swing my hammer on at an exposed part and knock some more bits off of him, or try to damage him some more, or
Right. So
I'm looking to where his thing is at.
You're trying to expose the eye then. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do it as a create advantage roll in that case. So you're going to be still using your fighting skill for this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just hit clicking on it then.
Yeah, just click on it. It's still going to be your fight.
There we go.
ooh, fantastic.
Oh, and I don't know if the angry +1 applies or not.
Yeah, well,
So that would be 7.
7. It's what happens is the Herald is the voice of Galen saying, "Toss me the hammer," has the Herald's attention. The helm is not looking at you or Darian anymore. It's looking over towards Galen. So we're actually going to see if he actually notices your attack. There. No. That succeeds. So yeah. You strike the armor in the middle and it exposes a crack that opens up. In there, you see his part of the shard just lying against bare flesh, but it's not just against bare flesh. You can see it's partially has embedded itself into his flesh.
Skin is covering over it.
Yeah.
And it's all bruised and scarred and
Mhm.
red and icky and pussy and black around it.
Yeah, it's the
And
worst
it's like a
piercing
horror
ever.
show, but it's yeah, I got you.
Yeah, worst piercing ever. Don't go to this tattooist parlor ever again. Review.
Definitely infected.
There's that strong kind of pungent smell coming off it as that kind of cracks open. You're going to have 2 free and folks on exposed shard.
Okay.
Brian.
I'll scream out. I've exposed the shard. You. Should I even? No, it's just there. It's like, I'm gonna. What should I? I don't even have time to say shit. I'm just ending my turn. Hell. Who's
Yeah.
left?
Who's where?
The Herald.
Yeah, because it was Darian,
Yep.
then he did Galen, then Galen did Roscoe. Yeah, it's the
Hey.
Herald.
It's the Herald's turn.
And he can do a double whammy.
The Herald turns and he actually points. Yeah, he just takes his left hand off from the greatsword and he points it again towards Roscoe. Bends one of his other fate points. He just goes, "You hear the cry, the power of that, what that I can offer you. You cannot control it, but I can, and with it, I can give you riches beyond measure. Join me, and I can give you lands and territory that you've never thought about before." And he's just going to hit you with his join me or die stunt.
Oh boy.
And so you're going to have to see if you can resist the
With the will save, right?
Yep.
He rolled -3. Well, this is your one chance to get through this.
Yep.
0. Well done. Might be a use for a fate point for a
I have
reroll.
0 fate points.
Ah, or
I have
stress.
0
Ouch.
fate points. Oof.
Gee, you should have thrown me the hammer.
Dang. Dang.
So you can either absorb it for that by stress alone, or you could take it to moderate consequence instead.
Oh, that's a wait, that's a consequence I could put like a mild. Can I put like a mild and frightened or
Well,
frightened's not really.
the conditions, I would say, is whether or not would it be appropriate for you to have it. So I would say the blinded, the winded would probably not be. It's more likely to be stress, either stress or the consequence instead.
3, how much stress is that? That's 4 stress?
Or stress.
Shit. All right,
Because-
let's take a moderate consequence.
Okay. So when you do that, you're gonna. So with that, there's a consequence behind this, something that's causing issues. So that if it's like say physical, it might be something like broken ribs.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's more of a mental attack, it could be doubt. You're doubting what you're doing there.
Doubt and paranoia.
Yeah.
Doubt and paranoia is mixing in with my everyone is after my shard.
Okay.
What, your shard? Your shard can be undone if you have the hammer. So you want to get rid of the hammer. Yeah, that's it.
Galen's trying to trick me. The Herald's trying to trick me. Darian's the only one I can trust. Can I even trust him? Can I even trust myself?
Give yourself a fate point, sir. For the role play.
All right. All right, that was his turn.
And now it's his decision who goes next.
But I would say just for the fate point, it's like continue the kind of paranoia aspect there. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you could, if you're happy with not receiving the fate point, you can
No,
just
no,
have
no.
it as
I'm good with
that.
it. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hold
Just-
on to it. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep on the paranoia. In that case, that's going to be.
Would you
what the
like me to
trouble-
take my turn completely, like off the?
No, it's Harold's turn.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
And then Harold gets to decide whose turn it is. And it could
Yeah.
be anybody, including Harold.
Yeah, and it's going to be Herald again.
That's
There. It's while you're having doubts and you're muttering to yourself, he's going to turn away from you, and he's then going to attack Darian with an overhanded blow.
Oh shit!
And it helps if I do this on my own sheet and not on Darian's sheet.
That would help, yes.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh,
Oof.
-2. Yuck.
Yeah.
It really isn't fighting
Yeah.
variant.
I'm going to see what Darian rolls first, see if I'm going to use one of my last 2 fate points, either his one or the same one.
Yeah. I wonder what I'm gonna. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to. I'm going to invoke a holder of a shard of Underland. There, is wanting to win. There.
But I'm not the one who holds the shards.
No.
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
The shards want. It's not going to accept him.
You could take angry and get +1 on all your physical stuff.
The shard's so close to getting what it wants.
Yeah, that's what it is. The shard it's close to its brethren that want, and it's just 3 poxy mortals are stopping it.
If I could use the Eye of Underland as pushing the boundaries of what the intent is to use the stunt, and
Yeah.
so can the DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
So I'm gonna actually do it for a reroll. And knowing my luck, this is when I roll a -4 there. I
You
did.
got worse.
I did. I cannot believe that.
Yeah. Not a
Negative
-4, but a -3.
-3, yeah.
That's hilarious. If you just use it for advantage, at least you would have got 1 stress out of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
this was better.
That was
Don't
funny.
tell.
Yeah. But these things happen.
Thank you for choosing that.
Yeah.
He's a kind DM. Please continue.
Yes.
Well, on paper, I was just as likely to get even like a plus. I should have.
You have chosen poorly.
Yes, I did. This is the wrong tomb for that stuff.
All right. So who's the next turn then?
That's up to Harold.
Oh, so what did he try? Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to attack Darian. He fluffed it. Darian, I think it's time for your counter attack, sir.
Oh, mine. Well, the shard is exposed, is it not?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Okay. Darian's action is to cut it out.
And it can invoke up to 3 times.
I can
Okay.
invoke what?
You can invoke the exposed eye without cost to yourself twice.
Twice.
Yeah, you got 2 free invokes. If afterwards it will still be lying there as an aspect in the scene, but if you then want to gain
Use
any
it.
benefit, you'd need to use a fate point to use
Yeah.
that aspect.
Okay. Fair enough. So
Well,
I
suit your
am
roll
going
first.
to.
Or create more advantages against it to add more freeing folks to it.
Yeah. Anyway, I am going to try and rip the shard out of him.
Okay.
This is not typical Templar fighting style.
No.
No. So I'm going to just roll a regular fight. And
I would say this is going to be potentially
Physique.
Yeah, I think it's more like a physique. More
yeah,
less
fair enough,
like-
fair enough. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
because I see this being more of an overcome, and he's going to be can try and resist it on his end also.
If this works, I'm picturing a Temple of Doom.
Mm.
Amun-Shah ripping the heart out.
Ooh, that's a bad roll.
Did you have the +2 to it though from the invoke?
No, I did not. Do I need
use
to
the-
invoke those before or after all?
If you can add them folks afterwards, that's up to 6. If you use both in folks, that's up to 6.
Well,
Yeah.
but you said afterwards, so don't
Yeah.
we need to know what you rolled first?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Yeah, that is another thing. But give me a second. It is going to be on his physique.
Yeah, I'm gonna invoke both of them.
I was thinking
Um,
if you don't get it, I'll try and knock it out with a slingshot.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to fight back, so I poke him in the eyes while
Works
doing that
really
at this
well, 'cause
time.
then all three of us are
It's-
holding one.
So what happens is you dart him, and they'll say you kind of dart him first with the Spear of Longinus, get it in the side, and let you get it underneath, and kind of pushing it, you kind of lever it out of the skin. You see it kind of peeling out, and the skin like stretching and ripping as you lever this shard out of the muscle mass that it's grown into there. As you're doing that, an almighty scream comes from the actual
Herald.
Herald there, thank you. And with that, you see the actual, as the shard actually rips free of the skin, the gaping wound that's been caused is still there. It's not healing up at all. I'm going to take a consequence of gaping wound, okay? For my consequence. So you all gain the benefit of being able to invoke that for one time. There. Okay, so that's your move, sir. Who's next?
I am going to give my turn. Roscoe. Bella Español.
They're not trying to give me what I did to address myself with it. Whisper so many voices, so many choices, so many choices. I see the fight in front of me. I see him pull out the shard. I see the
Yeah, where
gaping
is the
wound
shard
scream.
now?
I would say, if I'm assuming Darian's right-handed there.
Darren's holding it with one of the hands.
Yeah. So what would be the dominant hand when you were using the spear for levering out? It would be the other hand in that case.
Okay, so Darian has it then. Okay.
My mind is clouded and full of doubt and voices. And then one thing, you know what you're good at. You know the one thing you can do, and that's fight and kill. This motherfucker who dares try to go against me. And I'm gonna use this opportunity to
You're good at
rage and
stab.
just attack him one more time with the sword and the hammer. Probably leading with the sword.
First thing I thought you were going to be doing a Frodo. There.
Cut off his finger?
No, just say, throw it into the fire. No.
Yeah. Roscoe does one thing. He does it good. I'm gonna fight, and I may hit the gaping wound because it's open.
Yeah.
I may use it.
Does Darren, are you, because you're the one that inflicted it, are you willing to pass it over to be used?
I thought you said we each could use it once.
No.
No.
We can use it once. Not each.
It's the person who inflicts it, but they get it automatically, but they can pass it on.
Oh, I see. I was assuming.
Yeah, I heard that
Go
all three
ahead.
of us could get
Do
it.
it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and I am
Out of focus.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, you are.
have I went out of focus again?
Either that or my eyes have gone really bad.
Oh yeah.
Wait. In that case, I'm gonna do it with my whirling attacks and drive the thing out, and then come in with the stabs with the witch blades into the gaping wound.
Right. So what are you doing? Right. So you're on to 6 difference.
Yeah. Basically, I'm still doing that whirling attack, and I'll use the hammer to knock him further so that he's facing me better, and then punch in my witch blades, which are in one hand fused together, into the gaping wound, and then retract.
Yeah. He's going to take. It's a fear consequence. So as you pull that blade out, there's, that, in like kind of Japanese samurai films, that just over the top spray of blood.
Mm-hmm.
There, like that. He drops down to a knee, but you just see him put his hands down on the floor and push himself up against the knuckles and starts to stand up again. I am not that easily defeated.
Oh boy. I'm gonna pass my turn to Galen.
Okay.
Wait. He went twice. Now the only person I can give it to is Galen.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Oh no, he's being distracted. That was badass. That's cool. All right, now you're back. We're gonna toss to you because you're the next person left. You're at the end of the round.
Okay. So the only invoke we have left is his blindness.
Still, technically, that's still in play that you could use
I'm going to
for you at the moment. There's also he has got a severe consequence of bleeding out, which if Roscoe was willing to pass it to you, you could also invoke.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how. I'm going to try and put a sling stone through the hole that he just made. Well, I'm going to throw a sling stone at him, and hopefully it hits there. And see how much extra we can toss on this if we need it. How about 8?
Holy shitballs.
Right. Are you want to do?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You might want to just add in, folks, no matter what I roll. Just to try and-
12 would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you roll -2, in which case I don't think we'll need the blindness. No, just kidding.
Okay. So 7.
9.
Hold on. So what you hit me?
9.
So-
We're at +9.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
His 2,
Yeah,
my
sorry.
2, plus the 8 is
Yeah.
12.
Don't ask me where I got that number from. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Sorry.
you just used one of the +2s, that's all.
Yeah.
That's his big.
Okay, that's okay. So this is I'm going to do 1 stress. Second.
Only 9 stress, come on.
Oh, it's nice stress. Yeah, hold on. Well, I'm having to think of what the consequences are
Yeah.
because you're going to get 2 consequences, sir. There, that you can pass on. So.
Bleeding heart.
What? Bleeding heart liberals?
Yeah, exposed organs. Yeah, you can see just the way the shot actually is hit. It's hit where the wind was, but it's skated along the rib cage and it's ripped the actual skin and the part of the muscle open, so you can actually see through the rib cage at the moment. Yeah, I'm going over the top of it to level Passion of the Christ 4 here.
Yikes.
Then I'll just say you may get your wish very soon, madam. By the way, what's your name?
Oh, you know what? Everyone always called us the Eye of Underland when we were together, but they never named us when they separated us. We just kind of formed our own personalities, being separated.
You sound a bit like a Sally, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can pick your own name. Frog scanner. No.
Makeup. Excellent makeup. Not special effects. No.
Hmm. So who's going next, Galen?
Top of the round, you pick, including yourself.
Well, I could stick another rock in his head, or
Pick him. Let's see what he does. I don't know. I'm just being weird. You can just finish him off before he gets back to his turn.
I will. Sure. I'll take another shot. Why not?
Yep.
And by the way, did she answer what she wanted her name to be?
She's still kind of. You're hearing
Thinking
like
about it?
voices. Oh, Dorothy? Nah. Something about Mary? No.
Something about Mary.
Mhm.
Ooh, I rolled really bad this time.
Something about Mary all night long. Little bit of Jessica's all I need.
Oh no.
You still get 2, and you still have 2 in folks
Um,
that you can use for +4.
or I could use a 8-point reroll and then use the invokes.
Is 4 not good enough?
No, that's -2.
Okay.
I'm starting at actually no, that's -4. No,
No, -2.
Yeah. yeah,
Minus-
yeah. I'm starting at 6.
Okay then.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my last fate point to reroll.
Okay.
It was an
Please
illusion.
tell me. Please tell me.
It was an illusion. That first shot was just an illusion.
Fair enough. Please tell me.
Now I'm gonna pull your trick and roll worse, right?
Yeah, please. No, you
There
didn't.
we go.
No, I didn't. And I will use. I'll let them. You guys use 1, so I'll just make that a 9.
I think this might kill them now.
Well,
Hopefully.
okay, I can make it an 11 if you want, but
Yes, do that. Finish him off. That's badass.
okay, sure.
You take
Make it an
step.
11.
Galen, why don't you describe how you kill the big bad of this campaign?
Well, he's got these rather large hole in his chest.
Oh, yeah.
And he the stone goes in, goes, let's see, how many different ricochets can I get inside the armor?
Does the pinball effect when it goes in?
Yes, basically a pinball, ding, 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 ding. Through a lung,
Mm.
back down, angled, go through like a kidney, ricochets back up and goes straight into the heart.
Right. And he's kind of just starting to head, as that's happening, he's just taking those final few steps, takes one step, a second step. But each time he's taking a step, there's swaying of the body, and each step, the swaying increases. Third step, he just drops down to a knee, puts out the sword has been dropped by now, puts out his right arm, and before it even fully stretches out, he just collapses flat face first onto the ground.
So he was lumbering earlier and now he's going timber or wood chips.
Walking timber.
Yes.
Amazing. Rest are unmoving.
I notice how you've quite conveniently arranged it that we each have one of the shards. I'm sure that was totally intentional.
Nope.
He's not going to admit a thing, is he?
I actually had maybe the intention of trying to get maybe one of you to get another shard, but not all 3 of you getting a shard each. That was totally unplanned.
I was almost angling towards that. That's why I wanted to expose it, and when Galen went the other way, I'm like, ooh, there might be a possibility that this happens.
Okay.
If it matters who I pass it to, I don't think it matters at this point, but
At this point,
the voices.
Yeah,
Stop.
pass it to the voices. I'll pass it to Darian if it matters. If it doesn't matter, then it doesn't.
I do believe all the hostile elements except each other are out of the way.
Yeah. Right.
I'm glad you're near Roscoe and I'm not.
Sorry guys, did I tell you this is Highlander? There can only be one. So your fight starts.
Shit.
No, I'm doing.
Come back next episode where it's Battle Royale style and we only have one fate point. I have one fate point left.
It is a question all of you will find that as the dead silence has hits the cavern, there's just maybe a few. If someone was to re-listen, they could maybe just hear the ever faint breathing coming from Bormas. But you gentlemen, all three of you, do not hear that. As you're listening, you all are hearing your individual shards are trying to talk to you and persuade you. Here, Galen, your one is now saying, "You have to get me out. You have to get me out of here. Get me away from these guys." While Roscoe, your one is saying, "Now it's time for me to be reunited. Take the shards from them. Kill them if you have to. And then I'll give you everything you want." Darren, you hear one, and the voice is just saying, "You're different." Interesting. I can see that you were rated for me. Wield me. Up to you. You can either cast me aside or take up your birthright.
You. What good done?
I'm just but a tool. Is people blame me for masters who misuse me? Is fire evil? Because people use it to burn cities, burn towns?
Burnlands?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Froggy typed it just as I said it.
I mean, is the wolf evil for, hunting to survive? My nature is to provide the power and the tools necessary to my master. Unfortunately, my creators never designed me with the means. Let's just say they made me user-friendly. And they didn't care the consequences of the user-friendliness.
I suppose it is wiser for us to be rid of you.
And that sure will. So, parts, but as much of, I can tell you right now, the other parts of me are getting partly affected by the natures of your companions.
Varian looks around to see where the hammer is.
I think it's still in the hand of Roscoe.
Roscoe's left hand. Roscoe
I'm just staring
keeps dropping his sword
from the shard, the hammer, and the shard bit on my necklace.
Yeah,
listening to this voice.
That was Star-Lord level quality fumbling there.
Yes.
I'm coordinated. I'm a fucking sports guy.
Hey, I did that. My shoulder didn't hurt. Bonus.
Anywho,
Hand me the hammer.
you trying to take advantage of me too? Why do you want the hammer?
I want to destroy this thing before someone uses it again. If we destroy the one, the whole can never be.
But why don't we bring it whole? We have the opportunity now. All three of us.
My shard does not want to rejoin with the other two. They're a bit like bullies to it. It's too peaceful. What might be the right term? I'm not sure. By the way, did it pick a name yet?
It is too,
Delilah.
Delilah?
Yeah.
it is too dangerous for any one man to wield. In fact, it is too dangerous for any mortal to wield.
What about all three of us to wield? One each of us. We go our separate ways. I could bring this to my people. We could have a fighting chance. Our numbers dwindle to nothing. I could bring us back. Do
Together,
good.
can end the fighting. We should stop the wars, not bring bigger guns.
All I know how to do is bring bigger guns. Culture that relies on fighting.
Who is to say what happens if we bring these together? Maybe it will awaken the Burnlands in its entirety, and all of it will come down on humans. Yes,
And that would be
it
bad,
makes
right?
promises. But how often can you trust promises made by those who desire power?
I'm confused. I'm tired. I've been fighting all my life. I finally come across the one man, one thing that's able to stand toe to toe. He lies at our feet dead. My whole culture is fighting. I fought the biggest fight I have ever will fight. I'm
No,
tired. Take the hammer. I trust you more than anybody else.
Roscoe, I was wrong about you. You can be trusted.
Are more gullible than I thought. I mean, you can be
Oh.
trusted. Just kidding.
Without a moment of hesitation, Darren uses the hammer on the shard of the Endelin.
Yeah. The voice like you're hearing, Darian, it's just saying, "Are you sure about that? I can be a force of great power, great power for good here."
Oh well, there is technically the journey to the anvil. Not like
Yeah,
hitting it
yeah,
against the hand is gonna do nothing.
no, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're walking, he's
Yeah.
going to be doing.
Yeah. You said the line. I'm formulating a response, which is, even if we found a man who would not abuse the power and would use it for good, He does have only a limited span.
Maybe Doggo lives forever. Just kidding. Well, actually, no. That would actually be something I would say.
So I will entrust you to the only man I know who can handle your power without corruption. I entrust you to the hands.
The hands of dog.
And with that, you bring the hammer down. There's a crack. And the sound of thunder resonates in the cavern. The light is intense. You're looking down after the light's clear, the dots fade from your eyes. You see the shard that you brought the hammer down on seems to still be intact. You then just hear an ever so slight and you just see the lines of cracks appear in that shard. Light appears through the seams and the cracks that have appeared. Trying to see the shard trying to heal itself, but you bring the hammer down one more time with another resonating thud again. Sound of the thunder.
Again. Again. Again.
Each time you do it, the cracks get wider and more connected until finally on your last hit, the shards just break into tiny pieces. You just look at the shards that are on the anvil, and you see they start to let off a slight greenish glow. Roscoe and Galen, the shards that you have, start doing the same. And with that, the tiny elements of shards that are on the anvil start to melt and disappear. A smoke kind of lifts up there, not just from the shards on the anvil, but also from Roscoe's hand and Galen's hand. You don't know where. It's like a wind, just a breeze comes through the cavern and just blows it away.
Voices in my head.
Lila? Lila, are you there still?
The actual voices are no longer there for any of you.
And suddenly we are alone.
Your friend, Thormas.
And the 10 Templars are that were on the stairs. And Doggo. Where's Doggo?
What do we do now? Suppose we shall have some peace. At least for a while.
We must head back. We must survive. And we must bring our people to peace. How can we survive if we fight amongst each other?
Just out of interest's sake, John, did the shard just like blow away in the breeze, or is it just gone dormant?
What happened was for your shard and Roscoe's shard, this light emanated from it, and as the light increased, it became like a vapor, and that vapor was blown away.
Bluetooth self-destruct.
So there's literally nothing left of it.
Yeah.
There's nothing left of it at all.
Okay.
Just
Sort of
like
interesting. Is there anything else in the chest?
If you look in the chest, you find at the bottom is an ancient tome. And in it, the tome actually, it's a journal of the Templars. She actually kept, found that and their decision was to actually just split it into pieces instead of destroying it outright, because at some point they thought there might be a need for them to reunite the pieces there. At the same time, we're talking about the consequences of the powers going after the eye. It's the veil's been heavily burned. A set of Rom's fallen. You don't know what's happened with the rest of the Republic. No one knows what's going on with the rest of the continent there. But it's so as you're walking
Check
out,
out Thormas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thormas, he's breathing ever so slightly.
Yeah, Darin is going to see if he can tend to his wounds, and if not, pick him up and carry him.
If not, put him out of his misery. No.
As you come to Thormas, he just I've had a nightmare. One that I am thankful that I'm out of, that you're here on my side.
I'm glad to see you have awakened, friend.
Alas, what time? I don't see myself surviving the night.
We all go when he decides to.
If our Lord God decides that I pass here,
And so be it.
I'll ask, can you hand me my sword? And he just goes and says, "Oh, it's never seen the city so beautiful. I've seen the light." And with that, his voice just trails and his head just goes down to the side there.
Amazing.
Darin will still pick him up to carry him out of this tomb.
Mhm.
It is a tomb, but it's not his.
Yeah.
He needs his a grave of his own.
I'm going to carry something for Darian while he's doing that.
Okay, what are you
Harold-
carrying?
Conscience.
Herald's sword.
Jeez. Yeah, this
'Cause
thing.
I'm not going to use it. I don't do this fight shit, but Roscoe or
Yeah.
Darian could probably use it. But Roscoe's already got really cool swords.
Yeah,
Darian only has a long stick.
yeah. This thing is closer to like the Buster Sword from Final
Actually-
Fantasy VII. It's just a slab of metal on edge.
I'll help carry it too. This is a trophy of my greatest defeat, my greatest enemy. That
You're just gonna hang it on the wall there.
So, is it time for epilogue?
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
search the body. Is anything else on Herald?
No.
We are adventurers after all. Aren't we?
Well, you find a golden necklace
Burned claw
of
necklace.
the
Yeah.
burn claw. The burn claw.
That could come in handy.
we need to show proof that we've
Yeah.
defeated these guys.
With it, they're not so much on him, but as you kind of leave and you go down to the camp, if you take the time to search in there, you will find, records of the burn claw, because as you look at it, these records take a note of who has paid service or who's paid, or who's taken
Memberships?
bribe. It's membership fees, who's been taking bribes, who's been blackmailed by them. It's basically the list covers most of the content. It's not even just most of the
It's
content.
time to something we could use, something that Darian could use to drain the swamp.
Basically.
Or we could use to
Um,
make a lot of money.
Basically.
If they can rob them, so can we.
But
blackmail.
also, what happens is what you find there also is the troop transport that brought the men here, and also there's another smaller personalized transport that brought the Herald here. So
The
Either
most important thing
Mhm.
of all. Did we
Doggo.
find Doggo? Did Doggo live?
oh,
So
This
now
question-
is the part where we paid the heavy price.
Formastine's not the hell price. Okay, sorry, yeah, of course.
No, that's called comeuppance. That's a comeuppance.
Yeah. We
That was
got
actually
what we
well done.
wanted.
Yeah.
But
He
now
got his
Galen
redemption,
placed.
he got redeemed,
Yeah.
and he's still got his comeuppance, which is perfect writing.
Yeah. What you find is at the foot of the actual, as you're all looking. Galen, are you calling for Doggo, or are you looking
Of
for
course
him?
I'm calling for Doggo. Doggo! Doggo! Oh, we have the whistle too if we need it.
Yeah. Well, you hear barking. And as you follow the sound of the barking, you move away from the transports. You come across, just
He with a leg in his mouth. Oh my god.
just down from, because you had the waterfall and then
Yeah.
the river. It's just a wee bit of a pool, but at the entrance of the pool is rocks. And that's where you find Doggo there. It's been, when the trap was set, was washed down to these. As you're all
I like Froggy's version better.
walking, as you walk down to your old companion there, you hear other sounds from out of the bushes on the sides of the river, you see other wolves and other hounds come out, just line up, just looking at Doggo, and as Doggo's panting slowly stops, all of the gathered dogs or canines there let off one long howl and depart.
So sad. I like Froggy's myth better. At least that his friend recognized. Friends recognized. The end.
You, just out of curiosity, just before we finish this, what of the transports are you taking? Are you taking Thormas's transport, or are you taking the transport of the Herald? Dead. Or are you doing the Empire Strikes Back and you're going in separate transports?
Use one to blow up the other. I'd say just take Herald.
I think if we do split up, I'd go with Darian.
I don't think we should split up, but
All right.
I think we should just take.
We don't really need more than the small ship. Big ship would attract probably more attention.
Yeah, the Herald ship probably has some cool shit. Yeah, let's take the Herald ship. Plus, it'll help.
Right.
It will also announce that that he has fallen since we are getting the ship.
As you board,
Also might get us shot down, but
as you board the Herald ship, is it Galen that's carrying the amulet, the
yes.
necklace? You just feel a slight pulse, and there's like a thrum as the power comes on.
I think we have the key to his ship. It's the necklace.
But
And the last step before we board the ship, I'm going to take one last look at their surroundings then. Or passing through into the entrance.
Right. I need one of you to give me then the ending line of this campaign. Or the finisher.
And they were never heard from again.
Actually, if we do an epilogue now, or just give a ending tagline?
James Bond will return, even if he's dead. Sorry.
The ship rises. Actually, I've got an idea. Right. Ship rises there, and it flies off into the clouds, and then the camera fades and it comes back. Now, kids, it's been a very long story I've told you about this tale from the Burnlands. No, kids, no more other stories there.
Nice.
We can talk about what happened another time. Your parents will be complaining if I keep you out here any longer.
Oh, but we're listening. Just one more, a little bit longer.
I want to be Galen when I grow up.
Roscoe's the best. Yeah.
How was Darian doing all that praying?
Because he's an idiot.
But eventually the parents come along, they bid.
I miss Doggo.
They get the kids to come along and follow them out. And it's just the camera focuses on the back wall behind the gentleman that's been telling the story. There, up on the wall, is a great sword, bigger than most men. Underneath a slingshot. Above it, a holy crossbow of the Rome Republic. And on either side of all these weapons are two. Some days people say they're scimitars, other days they seem to be broadswords. No one can seem to make up their mind what the other weapons are. The old gentleman is joined by two other individuals, and they just go, I'm surprised they believe half the stuff you tell them. Hey, they're only kids. And that's where the scene closes.
Fantastic.
I just thought, hold on. I started this in the tavern.
Yes.
That's one
way to bring it back all the way around.
Right, bring it back.
Return to where you started.
But the tavern was a myth, remember?
Yeah,
it wasn't
totally
really
different
there.
But it's still.
Well, that's where the story starts. That's technically back to how return to where you started, but having changed. Yes, that counts. Brilliant.
Totally different tavern, but that's another matter. I just. Anyway, that's it. Done. My fiance behind me is going to be going, finally, he's going to stop talking.
Nope. No hit.
Yeah, that was good. I had quite the fun there.
So how did you
really
guys?
liked it.
How did you guys find Fate, Ben?
I love the storytelling capabilities of Fate.
Mhm.
Mechanics is simple, it's easy. I mean, yeah. Mechanics what it is, but I like Fate because it's more cooperative story shifting and telling.
Yeah.
Versus like more mechanical eye strike. I mean, at its core, you know, I use a very rules heavy thing, but more in a storytelling fashion when I use D&D 5e, whereas this is more like, hey, they already built it for that. Just use this, dummy.
Yeah, it's the entire idea is it's you trying to discover what makes the rules are there to help you make sense. What makes the sense story-wise there, and it helps guide you in creating the story collaboratively. That's what I like about Fate systems. Also, the other thing is there's every roll is 1 of 4 types, and you're always rolling the same amount of dice, so there's no confusion. Like saying D20, what dice am I rolling again? How many of them? It simplifies it in that regard.
Yeah, that pyramid scheme and ability to move that around, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Whilst I like how simplified it is. Like, look, man, your character traits are you get 3 of these and 4 of these. Just make those work to make you special. You want to be a magic user? Done. You want to be a fighter? Done. You want to be a weirdly intricate robot that does whatever weirdness is? Done. You could just put it in your aspect. It's very simplified. I dig it.
Yeah. In regards to what I wrote about this campaign area, this is one of the things. If this was a D&D campaign, probably a lot more elements of what I originally had in mind would have stayed in place. But it's just because you got fate points, you got like one of the things that happened early on was the huntsman, the houndmaster, getting killed quite early on there.
You expected him to last a bit longer.
Yes, at least 2 more streams there, or at least to the halfway point. Other thing was I was using the framing device, and I just felt just for the episode where I kind of revealed to get the more of the story about the actual of what was going on, I then
The
reviewed that.
ancients.
Yeah, you guys at the beginning talking about your journey so far was actually just the AI trying to gather intelligence from you to learn what was going on. I actually winged that. I just basically about 15 minutes, because I was liking that as a framing device, but I thought as a gimmick it was getting too old now. I was wanting to give it a reason for getting out, removing it.
Plus, it moved it into the something strange.
Yes.
Like ordinary world versus special world.
Yes.
How it flipped it on its head.
Mm-hmm.
I like that bit too, Froggy.
Are we talking about the AI, or are we talking
the whole premise of it? That we were being,
when I come up with stuff, my inspiration for that was it's from Fallout 3 actually. It's when you go to one of the vaults and you go into the virtual reality world, and it's like the AI's bugged itself to hell there. And it's then killing all the, it's also there's this Voyager, Star Trek Voyager has a similar sort of episode where the people in
Stargate as well. Stargate had it as well.
Yeah, it's quite a that's been one that's been done a few times that I've liked.
Rick and Morty recently did. I mean, Rick and Morty started off their season with one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good tropey bit. It works.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed it. And as you saw, like I fell in love with the robots. I was like, oh yeah, let's just fucking use it to free them. Where they're like, no, dude, they're that was just one thing I made up out of the blue. They have. Roscoe would probably go out and just say hello to them.
Well, this is the thing. It's like, okay, in regards to the campaign having a happy ending, characters survived, yes, but that's it. We've still got in my storyline, City of Bim is basically destroyed there. Rome is in flames. We don't know what's happening with the rest of the Republic. We don't know then what's going to happen to the Vale, because the capital city and thus the king and the royal family probably wiped out. It's all these sort of things. You don't know. So just
mass revolution, mass start. Time to bring civilization out of the dark ages and
mass
bring
hysteria,
it back.
Cats and dogs living together.
But I think it's a good point where if I was to do Burnlands again, I wouldn't have it. I probably wouldn't actually pick up where we left off. I possibly would want to either advance it like a generation down the line.
That's a possibility.
Burnlands
here's if you did, did in storytelling, the point between where one age ends and a new age begins, that liminal space, that transitional space, is usually portrayed in cinema as a Western.
Yeah.
It's that wild frontier where it's between there's lawlessness, but also a semblance of law, but everything's man versus nature. It's that in-between stage between one age and the other age. It's portrayed normally as a Western, basically. Yeah. So you could use that as inspiration for.
Or it could be, it's because I have some ideas where that, what it could mean is the difference in, because the power struggle that has happened on the continent is being totally changed.
Sure.
And it's left
power vacuum, yeah.
Do you then find yourself, a generation down the line, do you have like empire that spans across the continent now there? You
could just, whatever the story demands, you could just change the history to flow that way. This is what's cool. You're at a nexus point where like, hey, now I could do something completely different and still make the narrative pre-story go fill the gap with new lore between what happened between here and here.
That's why it's one of the things I liked about the Dune series, where you didn't follow immediately what's going on. Like Dune Messiah was actually, you had, what was the happy ending, and that you got vengeance on the Emperor. He delivered the Fremen, and he got, he defeated the Harkonnens, and it's in Dune Messiah comes on, and it's 10, 12 years has been going on, and the name of Paul Atreides is the name for the worst tyrant that civilization's ever known.
Yeah.
There. Because of all the the momentum that has been unleashed because of him, but it's either, if he was to try and
So you're saying Dune inspired this. Okay.
Dune, I found was actually a very interesting. I read that when I was a teenager, and that I've been reading that series ever so often for years since. But
Well,
I think I gave up after God Emperor.
God Emperor, I'd say. I
think that was the last one I read too. Although I read the one by his son as well.
Yeah. This is the thing. I think if you're going to read Dune and you're not wanting to read the entire lot, even just reading the first three,
Three act story.
That was the original trilogy,
Yeah.
and then they just kept adding more and more.
Yeah.
And
Well, listen, I'd hate to rush us. I had a lot of fun.
Yep.
I've got a thing here in like 20 minutes, and I've got to use the restroom again.
Yep, sure.
and that takes you 10. So yeah.
Exactly. We're doing a thing tomorrow.
Well,
Story
you guys
circle.
are.
Yeah. Story circle tomorrow.
John can take my
I
spot.
am excited if you continue this Burning Sands saga.
Sands
To what
Laga.
comes up, we'll figure it out, and we still haven't figured out what we're gonna do. So next week we may do a thing where we play games, right, Darren? Wooster?
Oh, sorry.
Should start a brewery and call it the Burning Sands Lager. Yeah, that's it.
Well, so
Oh, I'm starting to zone out already.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying that this was fun. It's ending, and we'll see what we do next weekend.
Yep.
Next weekend, next Saturday, and we'll probably see you tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow hopefully we'll be having the talk about Ghostbusters and some other things. And maybe we'll see.
Bonus nachos.
Bonus nachos, everybody.
Bonus nachos, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bonus nachos.
Take care, Froggy.
Oh wait, how do you shut this thing? Ah!